Hello, beautiful star seeds. This is a video that I wanted to do a quick update, and Minerva wanted to join in. She's my baby. She's cold. It's like 9 degrees or -9 degrees, something like that here in New York. So she's using me for my body kitty clan. I'm her kitty mommy. So she's gonna sleep while I talk and do my video. I wanted to do a quick video today about the solar winds that will be arriving later on this evening and will be in full effect as of tomorrow. Once again, I noticed these symptoms a few days in advance. This time it was about 2 days, maybe three, 2 days, 3 days in advance. I started to feel a little like I was getting sick. My throat started to hurt. It was very thirsty, more thirsty than I normally am. I felt very tired. Today I have a headache. And one symptom that I always get when we're getting a solar storm is that my feet get really, really hot. And they're not hot until I go to bed. So I'll get all nice and comfortable in bed and start to fall asleep. And then all of a sudden my feet, they feel like hot, just like they're on fire. They're just too hot to be comfortable to fall asleep. So normally I'll get up and I'll rub some lotion on them to make it feel like they're cooler. Sometimes I'll even I'll hurt nails. Sometimes I'll even rub icy hot on my feet because the coolness from the icy hot will feel like it's cooling my feet off. I know it sounds weird, the things that I do. I guess she had enough of my video. She's like, bye, mom. I'm not into solar storm stuff. No, it's because I had my foot on a string and it fell on the floor, so she's just being nosy. Anyways, hot feet. Yeah, I know. It's a crazy, strange symptom. If you guys experience hot feet as a symptom, for any of you energy sensitive to energy people out there, like energy sensitives, I think that's what I'm trying to say. Any of you guys that are sensitive to energy, there you go. If you get the symptom of having hot feet when you go to sleep at night, let me know. Am I the only one? Am I the only weirdo here? So for the last 2 nights, I have not been able to sleep because my feet are so hot. And then there's times when I'm just so lazy. I know that if I just get up and go get the lotion and rub it on my feet, I know that I'll feel better. But it's so hard for me to fall asleep sometimes that I'm like, but I'm so comfortable. I don't want to get up. I don't want to get the lotion for my feet. So I just try to lay there and just think of something else other than my feet burning up the bed. So not only did I have hot feet, I couldn't sleep for very long. Like, I was really so tired, but I fight I fight going to sleep. During the day, I fight going to sleep. I fight taking naps at times. Sometimes, even though I tell you guys to listen to your body, and if you're tired, sleep. See, that goes to show you guys I'm human just like you, and I do these crazy things like not listening to my body when I should be and taking a nap during the day so I can be well rested to get through these, energy waves and some of these ascension symptoms. But yet, no, I don't. I'm stubborn. I fight it, and I pay the consequences for it. So, I was ignoring my body, and I thought, this was the logic I was thinking. I was thinking, okay, I don't want to fall asleep and take a nap because I can't sleep at night. So if I fight the feeling of not falling asleep, I will sleep better through the night. I'll fall asleep instantly and I'll be so tired that I'll just sleep through the whole night. Well, guess what? No. As soon as the sun goes down, all of a sudden I'm energetic. I have energy. I'm no longer tired. I have no symptoms. I feel great. I don't end up going to bed early. And when I finally do fall asleep, or when I finally do go to bed, I have a really hard time falling asleep because I feel like I'm just so pumped up with energy that I only get about, I don't know, maybe 2 hours, maybe 5 hours on a good night. And I'm up at 2 o'clock in the morning. So, nope, that wasn't the case. So not listening to my body just made things worse. It just made me more tired because I couldn't sleep. I didn't get any sleep for the last two nights. I got up at 1:30 and 2 o'clock in the morning. Um, this morning I got up about 3:30 and I have a headache. And it's not one of those headaches that you can take Tylenol, Motrin, ibuprofen, coffee. Nothing takes it away. It's one of those ascension headaches. You just gotta drink water, rest, and allow it to pass. You just have to kind of embrace these symptoms and then just like kind of like just take care of yourself and just be kind to yourself and just know that it's something that will eventually pass in 24 to 48 hours. So for now on, when I'm tired during the day, I told myself I'm going to take a nap, at least a 15-20 minute power nap, just to close my eyes and get a little bit of rest. So if I'm going to do this, you have to do it too. I have to practice what I preach, right? Yeah, I know. So the Schumann resonance has been pretty much up and down these last few days, kind of like a roller coaster. We have a few blips here and there, a few blips of light, which are really not blips or spikes. They're actually tones and sounds. Um, the earth is vocal. She's singing to us, you guys. Um, so if you're looking on the Schumann resonance, it's actually the amplitude. So it's the sound of the earth. And yesterday it hit a 28. And as of today at, I don't even know what time it is, like 9:30, 9:40, something like that, it's a 7.20. So it's really calmed down quite a bit since yesterday. But a 28 is really not loud at all. I mean, I've seen it get way up there. Like, I think the highest it hit ever that I'm aware of, and I could be wrong, is 100. So today is the 30th of January. Um, the X-ray flux is a little wonky, and there's some missing data on the solar behavior according to Ascension Diaries. If you guys are more interested in the Schumann resonance and solar activity and all that jazz, go check out Ascension Diaries, which is Alexis Buck, and she has a channel on YouTube, and she also has Instagram, which she updates every single day to let people know what's going on with the Schumann resonance and the sun and everything else that's happening out there in the universe. Now, as we move into this new moon energy on February 4th, it's actually been a very interesting ride so far since the beginning of this new year, since the beginning of 2019. Um, for me, I want my experience. For me, it's been a little interesting. It's been a crazy ride, actually. A lot of changes. It feels magical. I feel like I'm going through this magical transformation. There's a lot of things that I manifested that are coming into fruition for me, and it's an amazing feeling. I never thought that I would see these changes that are happening. I put out these manifestations and I envisioned them, and it took a while for this to happen. This is something, a lot of these things that I was manifesting have been something I put out there. These were seeds of thought that I planted over a year ago or about a year ago, and they're actually coming into fruition. And the journey has been an amazing journey, looking back and seeing all of my manifestations start to grow and become what I manifested, and they're actually producing the fruits of my labor, and it's an amazing thing to witness and experience. I'm starting to feel a lot more multi-dimensional, a lot more than I have ever felt before. Many people are starting to notice me. My channel is growing. I remember when I started my YouTube channel and I only had 25 subs. And I thought to myself, oh my God, am I ever gonna hit 100? I would watch other people's channels and they would be like at 1,000 people or 25K. I'm like, man, how did they get so many subs? And I'm putting out videos and I'm, putting out content and I'm talking and it's like nothing. I didn't even get a like on my channel and it was like so discouraging. I was like, oh my God, I don't even know what I'm doing or why I'm doing this. Am I ever going to get noticed? Will I ever grow? And I'm at 400 and something subs as of today, and I'm ecstatic, you guys. I'm so happy. So I want to say thank you to everybody that follows me. You guys are amazing, and I love you guys. Mwah! Truthfully, I am overwhelmed with love. I have connected with so many beautiful souls. I have many people that I formed a relationship. They email me and we talk, and I met people in other countries, in Ireland, Sweden, Germany, I mean, different parts of the United States. It's an amazing experience. It really is. And I'm really enjoying it. A lot of the people that I connect with, they say that I'm teaching them and I'm opening them up spiritually, but really, you are all teaching me. Some of you are, you respond on my videos, especially the video that I put up a couple days ago, The Dark Night of the Soul. Um, there's a few people, one in particular, and she knows who she is because I asked her to put her comment. She posted her comment on another channel that featured my video, and I asked her if she could post her comment on my channel so I can pin it under the video. So if you guys want to check out that video, her comment is pinned in the comment area so you guys can actually read what she wrote so you guys will know what I'm talking about. But she really helped me realize something that I was blind to see. And I thought to myself, it's true what Buddha said. When the student is ready, the teacher will appear. I'm not a teacher. I'm a student. I may be teaching you, but I'm still learning. So the student is the teacher and the teacher is the student. Also, lately, reality just seems so distorted at times. I don't know if any of you guys are experiencing this, but it just seems like reality is distorted. I don't know how to explain it other than that. Like, it just seems like strange. It's weird. Time is weird lately. I lose track of time. I don't even know what time it is. But I could tell you what time it is by looking outside and seeing the position of the sun. But I don't put it in like, oh, it's 10 o'clock or it's 11 o'clock. It's either morning, mid-morning, afternoon, late afternoon, evening, or night. That's how I tell time. I don't even really pay attention to time unless somebody asks me what time it is and I'm forced to like open up my cell phone and look, or I just happen to walk by the clock in the kitchen and look and be like 11:11 or 7:11, 8:11, 6:11. And that's how it's been for me. These synchronicities have been off the charts lately. Like I can't look at a clock and it just be like something normal, like 106. It has to be, it's always like 12:34, 1, 2, 3, 4, 8:11, 6:11, 4:44, 3:33, 2:22. It's just so bizarre. And when also, that's another side effect when I know that there is some sort of energy coming in, like solar storm energy. Not only do I get those weird symptoms about, hot feet, headaches, being tired, thirsty and stuff, but my synchronicities kick up. I'll start to see time, and only time where every hour is 6:11, 7:11, and I'll see it like that. Every hour on the hour, I'll look up and it'll happen to be like 6:11. And then I'll be doing something or posting a post and I just happen to glance at the clock and it's 7:11. An exact hour later, 6:11, 7:11, 8:11, or if I'm not doing anything that has to do with electronics, and I could be reading a book and my husband will yell down, "Honey, what time is it?" And I'll look at the clock and it'll be 8:11. I'm like, no freaking way. So yeah, so reality is just so distorted for me lately, in the sense that everything is moment by moment, and I'm living in the moment, something that was very hard for me to do for so long. I know that probably sounds stupid or crazy or bizarre to some of you guys, but it's living moment to moment is something that I struggled with for many, many, many years. I've always worried about my future. What was I going to do tomorrow? What am I going to do next week? Or um, I would struggle with the past, like think about things in the past and bring stuff up from the past and resurrect stuff from the past. And I never really ever focused on my moment to moment. And it actually feels good to bring yourself into the moment and live in the moment. And something that really helped me do that was yoga, getting into yoga. And as of January 2019, this is year 3 that I have been practicing yoga. And shout outs to Adrienne, Yoga with Adrienne. She's amazing. She is who I found on YouTube when I was searching to do my yoga journey, and she makes yoga fun. I always had a stereotype with yoga. I thought you had to be a vegan. I thought you had to live in California. I thought you had to be skinny. I thought you had to be flexible. You know, there's so many stereotypes when it comes to yoga, and all of that is so far from the truth. You know, people that should be doing yoga are people that want to adjust their weight, people that want to get strong, people that want to focus, people that want to live a healthier lifestyle, have more mental clarity, physical ability. I mean, if you want to be physical, you want to do yoga. If you're in pain and you suffer from back pain or fibromyalgia or anything that has pain anywhere in your body, you want to do yoga. Yoga is not all about, you know, back bends and, you know, crazy handstands, headstands, and stuff like that. There's other things that yoga focuses on in your body, and it's so good for you, you know, mind, spirit, soul, everything. It focuses on everything. And people that are sick should do yoga, because yoga is so healing, and it brings you into the moment. It focuses on your breath, and your breath is your life. And if you don't feel well and you're a person that has a lot of anxiety and stuff like that, yoga is the answer. And from yoga, maybe you'll find something else that will bring balance and alignment into your life. But if you need a place to start, you need to start with yoga. Anyways, moving on. So I'm living moment to moment, even though I still feel like I'm literally juggling many experiences and realities all at one time, which can be hard to do because I'm functioning in the third density, in 3D, for most of the for most things, you know, most simplistic things, you know, like 3D reality things, you know. And I'm also living in the fourth density. I'm in between worlds at this point. I have a foot in each world. You know, I'm ascending, but I also have family and loved ones and, you know, things that are going on that are in that, you know, like my husband, he doesn't worry about 3D, 4D, 5D, you know, ascension, spirituality, any of that stuff. So, you know, as I raise my vibration, sometimes I feel like I'm being distanced from him. Our connection is being distant, but I have to bring myself back because I don't want to lose him. And I'm hoping, I can't change anybody, but I'm hoping that I can be a catalyst somehow for him to wake up and raise his vibration and match me. So right now I'm kind of balancing between 3D and 4D, and I know that there may be some of you guys that'll comment on this and have an opinion that, you know, you shouldn't lower your vibration for anybody, that this is a personal journey, and that's sometimes as a advice that I give to other people as well. But I don't know, I feel like the circumstance for this is just a little bit different. Like, I can see he's curious, and I don't want to leave anybody behind, especially people that I love. And, because of the free will law, I can't make anybody do anything. I can't change anybody. But if I have the ability to be able to have a foot in both worlds, the third and the fourth, and I can raise my vibration and live in balance, I feel like maybe that's one of the reasons why I'm here, because if I go up and I raise my vibration and I ignore everybody in the third density, then what was my mission? Why am I here? A light worker doesn't leave anybody behind, but I can't make anybody do anything. So I'm just hoping that eventually, him being married to me, he will some way, somehow wake up and match my vibration so we can live in the fourth density in a high vibration, moment to moment, without juggling two, realities, and live I can't even speak, peacefully together. And I have my daughter here, and the world is still kind of functioning at a third density. So as a light worker, as an empath, I feel that my mission was to come here because I heard the calling was to help raise the vibration. So for now, until I'm told otherwise by my divine spiritual team, I'm here juggling two realities, living in two worlds, the old world and the new world. I do find that sometimes I do get a little lost being, trying to juggle in the third density and live in a high vibration in the fourth density. But that's where yoga plays a good role, and it brings me into alignment, helps me. It's like my form of meditating if I'm not sitting outside and meditating on the docks, being in nature. Right now, I'm going to pull the cold card. I won't go outside when it's cold like this. It's 9 degrees or -9 degrees or something like that. I don't know. I just know it's very cold. The kids didn't have school today, and I'm not meditating outside. So, yoga. And I really love nature. So sometimes I'll just sit by the window and look up at the trees and talk to them with my mind. I'll look at the sky and the sun and the clouds and have my little, go out into nature moment just by sitting by the window, and it works for me. But yeah, I do tend to get a little bit lost at times balancing the two dimensions or densities. And there are days that I feel like I went into another timeline, or I jumped timeline. It's like I traveled back into time. It's hard to explain unless you two are experiencing this, but there's a lot of times that I can't tell. I feel like deja vu moments. I feel like I've seen this, I've done this, I've already been here, I've had this conversation, I've already been through this scenario. Or and there's times that I know that I know that I know that, and I tell myself just go with it. And I feel like I've been back in some timelines over and over again, going through the same thing with certain people. And I don't know if I'm going through those certain things because those certain people need help to raise their vibration, to ascend higher. I don't know. It's really strange. And if I'm not living it in the conscious state of mind, I'm living it when I'm sleeping in the dream state, in the unconscious state of mind. It's so bizarre. This whole thing is so bizarre. And then I have days where things seem to pause, like stop. The week, the month just stops. It's like somebody pressed pause. That's how January feels for me. Like the last 2 weeks of January have felt like somebody pressed pause and then they pressed slow motion play. I put a post on my Instagram that said something like, today feels like January 74th. Like there's 74 days in January. Just January is just the beginning of it went so fast. And then as we got into the 20s, it just started to slow down. Like somebody put pause on January. I guess it's not really a bad thing because it does allow me a little bit of downtime before, all these energies in February and March, go pushing me into this fast forward movement because once we hit February, everything's going to get fast. February is going to go by like that. March is going to go by like that. So enjoy the rest of January, today and tomorrow. Also, I want to ask you guys, how are you guys feeling? I would really love to hear what you guys are experiencing. If you have been experiencing anything that I've talked about so far, or if you've experienced something more bizarre, different, odd. If you have any questions, please ask and share. Leave everything down in the description area down below. And also, before I wrap this up, here's a little reminder of what you can experience over the next few days, today, tomorrow, and going into February as this solar storm comes in and hits us. Or maybe you've already experienced your symptoms ahead of time. Maybe you are energy sensitive like I am, and you've already had these experiences of the activity before it actually hits. And if you have, I still would love to hear what you've experienced. But if you haven't experienced anything yet, here is what you could look forward to experiencing. You can experience things like heightened emotions, anxiety, stress for no particular reason. You could just be, I don't know, you could just be sitting down doing nothing, reading a book, watching TV. All of a sudden your heart starts to palpitate and you start to get this anxious feeling, or you just feel like you have a lot of energy and you have to get up and just like shake it off or go for a run or do something, to expel some energy. You might experience heightened mental patterns, looping negative thoughts. So watch your thoughts. Be cautious of what you're thinking. If you have a negative thought, replace it with a positive thought. Just don't acknowledge your thoughts, but just don't embrace them. If they're negative, just acknowledge them and then replace it with a positive. You may experience being sleepy, where you feel like you just have to rest, take a nap. I know at the beginning of this video, I said, I fought sleep. Don't fight sleep because it will just make you miserable and also ugly. If you get like me, I get really cranky when I'm tired, so I'm not a blast to hang out with when I'm tired. So get some sleep, rest, even if it's 10 minutes. 10 minutes while you're going through these ascension symptoms and these solar storms and any of these solar activities, or what are the other storms? Solar storms. I'm trying to think of the other one. That's another symptom. Forgetting stuff. Like I really can't think of the other thing. Like my brain just went completely dead. But there's another thing. And if you experience that other thing, rest, because it really does deplete your energy. It takes a lot out of you. We are connected to the earth. So anything that comes in and affects the earth affects us, and anything that lives on the earth, meaning the dirt, the trees, the rocks, the animals. So if the earth is affected by anything that disrupts her energy field, it will disrupt our energy field. So sleeping even for 10 minutes will make the biggest difference. Just trust me on that. Another symptom that you could experience is broken sleep or even intense dreams. Broken sleep sucks, by the way. Having broken sleep is what will probably make you want to take a nap during the day. Some other symptoms you may experience, like you're coming down with a cold or the flu. You may feel like you're nauseous. You may feel dizzy, vertigo symptoms. You may even experience heightened spiritual activity, or white flashes of light, heightened intuition, stuff like that. You may be irritable, probably because you're not getting enough sleep. Triggers coming up for release, and if that happens, allow it to release. If you need to cry, cry. If you want to cry with me, email me, and I'll lend you my shoulder so you can cry on. So if you are experiencing any of those symptoms, here are some things that you can do to alleviate those symptoms. One is to be hydrated. Make sure that you drink plenty of water. Hydrate yourself. It's so very important. If you don't like the way water tastes, add some lemons or some limes to your water or your favorite fruit. Rest, 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 take a nap, and get some rest. Meditating. Meditating is really good. Yoga for me is my way to meditate. Going outside and sitting in nature is my way to meditate. There's times when I go into a room in my house and take a few minutes or up to an hour to recharge and spend some alone time by myself. And I center myself, and that's a good way to bring yourself within the moment. When you go into the meditation, it's not that hard. Sit somewhere, be comfortable, close your eyes, and just bring yourself into the moment. What do you hear? What's going on around you? What do you smell? How do you feel? Is it hot? Is it cold? And just bring in the space around you in that moment and do that. Focus on your breathing. Take a couple deep breaths in and out and listen to how you sound when you take a breath in. How do you sound when you take a breath out? Can you breathe in deep? How long can you pull up a breath? And how long can you hold that breath before you release it? And how long does it take before you release the full breath? You know, these are all things that you can do when you're going into meditation and spending time in the moment. Another thing you can do is eat some grounding foods or make a soup using these grounding foods like potatoes, beans, nuts, beets, carrots, celery. Anything that grows in the ground would be considered a grounding food or vegetable that you can consume to help ground yourself. Connect with nature. For those of you that are in a place where it's not cold and it's not snowing, enjoy nature, because right now it's too cold for us people up here in Western New York to go trucking outside to enjoy some nature. This morning I actually sat in my bedroom and I opened the window and there was a blue jay hanging out on the tree. So that was my moment that I connected with nature without actually having to, venture outside and do it. And last but not least, this one is the most important other than being hydrated and getting rest. Be gentle and kind to yourself and others. Sending you guys lots of love and lots of light. Thank you for watching my video. Please share your experiences down below. And if any of you guys are interested in ordering a numerology report, all of that information is also in the description area down below. And if any of you guys would like to donate to my channel, that information is down below. You can donate with the karmic currency, or you can donate using time energy. And I love time energy because time donations are very valuable because time is something you cannot replace. So if you would like to donate time, you could email me. My email is in the description area below, and a lot of people have chose that route. But you can also write me a letter or draw me a picture. My address is also in the description area below. I got the most awesome time donation not too long ago from a friend in Sweden. Look at this. And I got something coming from Ireland. I can't wait. But this is amazing. I got this with a little letter. And again, I love time donations. They are the best donations. Again, you guys, stay hydrated, get some rest, eat those grounding vegetables, connect with nature, and meditate.